I'm actually speechless. That's more than I thought it could be.
I've been wanting to do something big for my mum ever since the age of 12. She's my first ever fan, and the only continuous positive force that's made sure that I never give up. And she also just so happens to be trading in her existing car right now to save on costs. So, I'm going to buy her the car of her dreams, use tech gadgets to take it to the next level, and then surprise her with it. Now, if she could have anything, she'd want a big car. She'd never want something that couldn't fit the family in. Plenty of boot space, because she does not pack light when she goes on holiday. And electric, just because of how clean and quiet they are, but with enough battery that she can easily travel between cities. There's actually only one very clear, very obvious choice here. Check this out. This is the Mercedes EQS. Plus, the car she's currently having to trade in is an old Mercedes. It makes too much sense. And then I saw the price. The equivalent of, no joke, $150,000. That is so much money. It's probably 10 times more money than I've spent on anything in my entire life. But for some reason, there is zero doubt in my mind that this is what I want to do. But what color?
Grace was telling me she wants to like skin her car, deciding what colour.
Purple.
Is that what you'd do?
I go for purple. Lilac purple.
She wants purple. That is not one of the options. Got red, blue, black, white. Technically, if we combine them all, we would actually get what we wanted. But no, this had to be just right. We're building a dream car here. So, to get that perfect colour, we're also going to have to get the car wrapped in a skin. But that gives us 3 weeks to get it bought, wrapped, delivered, and upgraded with tech before her birthday. How do you feel about shifting back your birthday this year?
Shifting back my birthday.
What? What are you talking about, man?
Okay, the second I sign this form, it's real. Now we get the wrap sorted.
So I searched far and wide for someone who could turn this around in time. But the added difficulty was that this is Christmas time. No one wants to work around Christmas time. I was running out of options.
I've managed to find a company in Birmingham called Rapport. They will work with our schedules and they will get it done before our agreed timeline.
This is Shaz. He's the Mercedes dealer who's sorting the return of Mum's old car, and he is about to be pivotal in this process. Okay, so we've got the car. Rapport says they're going to stay open on Christmas Eve day to get the wrap done. This might actually work out.
Hi man, you okay?
Hello, thank you so much for getting this done in time.
So, here she is.
That colour is actually perfect.
It's gonna go from midnight purple to almost black, depending on the angle that you're looking at it from.
That's so perfect. She's actually going to love it.
We can get the reveal at Mercedes-Benz, and apparently they're clearing out the whole showroom just to do that for you.
She's going to be in tears. It only just dawned on me that that is real. That is our car. And it looks like that.
Okay, it's 7 a.m. I'm all packed up. I've got an entire box filled with car gadgets. Let's go see this thing. Shaz is a big part of how we've managed to get this thing over the line in just 3 weeks. What's the plan? Right. Shaz is going to ask my mum to hand her current car in at 3 p.m. on the day itself. They'll be sat in one room going through the paperwork together, and while they do that, we'll secretly be at the showroom just meters away, setting up our cameras ready to capture her surprise reaction. He'll guide around the corner on the way out of the building, and that's when we will pounce. Now it's time to see the car.
Heart rate. It's a big car. It's a really big car. I almost don't want to do it.
Well, somebody has to do it. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
I'm actually speechless. That's more than I thought it could be. This is the most beautiful car I've ever seen in my life.
I agree with you on that.
It's purple here, but then you've kept the black here. It doesn't even pick up fingerprints. It's so clean.
This is the nicest car I've ever sat in.
Camera button on the lower strip. That's your 360
Is that you?
I've never seen full seat control for back seats. I want to like lie on it or like use it as a bed. I just wanted to see it now. Okay, so I've had the tour and here's the thing, right?
When I first had this idea, I thought, okay, whatever car we get, we're gonna have to like rig it with piles of tech to make it futuristic. But what I didn't quite expect was just how much this thing already does. So I'm gonna show you the top 10 coolest features about it, and then the few things that I can add to take it to the next level. Number 10 is that when the car is off, the wing mirrors fold in and the handles retract so that other people are less likely to hit you. But when you walk close enough, the handles will automatically fold out so that you can then open the door, so long as your keys are in your pocket. And that leads me to 9, which is when you turn the car on, it boots up in this really gentle, fluid way. It makes it feel alive compared to like a conventional car that just toggles on and off.
It has a total of 8 USB-C ports. You've got 2 in this compartment here. There's 2 underneath that compartment, 2 in the middle section, and then the last 2 for the backseat passengers. Oh, yeah, and Mercedes have finally redesigned their UI. It's now probably the second best in a car after Tesla. So, you get a 12.8-inch central main OLED screen. You get a secondary screen just behind the wheel here, and then there is also, if you look very carefully, a heads-up display that's being projected from here onto the car window itself. And what I actually really like about this is that they've not just taken the map and made it bigger, they've used the extra screen to make sure that you're always seeing the key controls that you might need to use. And then there's also haptic feedback every time you tap something, which I guess is the car's way of letting you know you've tapped it without having to stare at the screen. Ooh. That's lunch! We will interrupt this filming for a spot of food. This video is not sponsored by KFC. So I've just found out almost the entire footage we filmed that day is corrupted. I'm leaving my holiday right now to go and refilm it. Good times, good times.
Okay, I just talked to Shaz and we can refilm what we lost, but because it's so close to her birthday, it's gonna have to be on the day itself.
Okay, so we've managed to get it up and running again. This is the day she's coming to collect it. She's coming in about an hour, so we're gonna have to very, very quickly go through all this cool stuff before she gets here. You've got voice control. Hey Mercedes, make the lights red.
Okay, I'm changing the colour.
Right, it's not bad. Play classic FM. Tell me a joke.
What do you want to do?
Knock knock.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that right now.
Maybe we'll put humor under the weaknesses section. 5 is that this is the most comfortable car that I've ever had the privilege of placing my butt in. So you know how most cars have heated seats in the front, right? This has heated seats in the back that can also cool you while also massaging you and giving you extra cushioning for your head and your neck. It's ridiculous. And you want to know how you control that massage? Well, this car has a removable Samsung tablet that is also a wireless controller for everything in the car. I don't think I ever in my life thought I'd be reviewing a tablet for a car. It's probably nothing cutting edge in terms of the specs on the inside, but it's more than fast enough to run Mercedes' own UI. So you've got full control over the ambient lights in the car, the heating, the car volume, the air quality, because I guess apparently this car has HEPA filters built inside of it to filter the air coming in. And of course, the massage. What do we have here? Classic massage, mobilizing massage, hot, relaxing shoulders. We're gonna have to see what that's about. Oh, I've never been massaged by a car before. It's not as powerful as like a full-on dedicated massage chair. That's probably for a reason, because the last thing you want is someone squealing from pain while they're in a moving vehicle. Oh my God, the lighting goes blue under the seat every time you go down in temperature. And then it goes red when you go up in temperature. And then when you're done with the tablet, you just place it back in and the car almost sucks it back into the armchair. I cannot wait to see what she thinks when I show her that. The car also has extremely fast charging. It goes from 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes, which I get, it doesn't actually sound very fast compared to smartphone standards, but when you factor in the difference in the size of the batteries, the actual charging power of this is insane. You know how the world record for smartphone charging is basically around 200 watts? This charges at up to 200,000 watts. 3, the EQS is surrounded by external cameras. You basically have a 360-degree dash cam built inside of it. So if anyone scrapes your car, you're gonna know who did it. Now, it is a little cheeky because the car technically has these cameras baked in. You just have to pay to unlock the feature on the software end. But what I genuinely think is crazy is that even though these cameras are on the inside of the car shooting outwards, the car uses augmented reality to make it seem like they're on the outside of the car shooting inwards. Like it actually creates a full 3D environment that you can move your finger around in and pinch out and zoom in. I tend to be of the opinion that most car tech is a little bit behind the cutting edge that is smartphone tech. But this is one of those rare cases where I'm actually kind of blown away. Oh, there is also something in this menu called parking assistance, where the car, no joke, actually takes control of the steering wheel and wheels it around for you to get it into a spot. But I've tried it before and it kind of scares me. 2 is that the car actually kind of knows who you are. So you log in with your Mercedes account or even actually your fingerprint with this scanner here. And what that means is that any of the settings that you've set for your car, like your temperature, your seating position, all of that stuff, it will remember it. And if you're ever in another Mercedes car, let's say you hand yours in for service and you need a replacement, it will retrieve those settings and apply them automatically for you. There's 2 wireless chargers, one inside of this armrest, which also kind of feels like phone prison. And then the second one is right next to these USB-C ports in there. Wireless Apple CarPlay, which as the name suggests is CarPlay but swaps out the cable for Bluetooth connection. It does have the slightest hint of lag because of that wireless connection, but don't think my mum's gonna notice. No offense, mum.
And then you've got the range. Mercedes quotes about 450 miles. In reality, you're probably only going to get around 400, but that's still 100 more than most other electric cars. And probably the coolest way that they've done this is by making it as aerodynamic as possible. I actually think the front of this EQS is probably the weakest in terms of how it looks, but it's for this reason. There's no macho, boxy design, it's just one smooth, continuous curve from top to bottom. You'll notice there's no grille on the front, it's just this smooth black panel which channels air around it. You actually can't even open up the front bonnet for these streamlining reasons. So if you want to top up your windshield wash, you actually tap here and fill it up from this side. Tons of these kinds of micro decisions is what's led this car to either have one of the lowest or the lowest drag coefficient of any production car. So what on earth am I going to be able to add to a car like this? Got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. We also have 10 minutes.
Trick number one is making sure that we never lose the keys with an AirTag.
So this car actually comes with a really fancy rose gold key, and I'm about to slightly butcher it with a $1 Amazon AirTag case. Hey, at least it's purple, and at least she knows it was chosen with love. Even got a little heart engraved on it. That's actually so cool. It comes up with the engraving that you got on the software side as well. And this thing is hopefully going to mean she never loses her keys again. But to do this, she's also going to need a new iPhone. The precision finding feature doesn't work on the phone she currently has. So we got her an iPhone 14 Pro Max, 512 gigs, in purple. That is actually shockingly unpurple for a purple phone. If we hold it at just the right angle, it kind of blends in. It's a thought that counts. And the other benefit of upgrading the phone is that it means you can actually take advantage of the wireless charging stations that the car has. So I'm going to plant the phone inside this compartment here, and she's going to discover it as she's touring the car.
I'm realizing what a challenge it is to make the interior of this car any classier than it already is, but if there's one thing that can do it, I'm banking on this star projector.
We're going to plug it in to these backseat USB ports. Oh, and what's going to make this better is if I slide my finger across here, it pulls back the sunroof. I think there is a slim chance she's actually going to keep this in her car, but for the purposes of the reveal, I think it's going to add a nice bit of something.
Got a couple of functional upgrades too. So these right here are backseat phone mounts.
This is going to mean that any passenger of this car, as if they're not already getting treated enough, is going to be able to clip. That is not the kind of headrest I was expecting the car to have. Just cut to the next gadget.
We've got the highly glamorous car bins, which I'm hoping will help my mum keep the car in good condition.
Okay, so obviously these aren't the prettiest things in the moment right now, but we stick one on this side, one on the other side, and this should mean that the car itself is going to stay clean because you've got a natural place to dump your stuff. I'm getting nervous.
This is a bit of an unusual one. It replaces the drop gap in a car with a pocket.
You know this absolutely useless region in between the seat and the middle console? These should be able to turn that disadvantage into an advantage. So instead of losing your smartphone into the abyss of nothingness in that seat gap, it's now just a pocket.
Oh, I also managed to find some color-matched car vents.
All I wanted was just a little touch to be able to make the inside ours as well as the outside.
Now, I was actually really surprised with how little there was in terms of car scent tech. But I did find this one device, essentially a solar-powered, rotating diffuser.
So I filled the reservoir on the inside with new car scent, which I realise sounds like a dumb idea given what this is, but it should keep it smelling that way. And that feels like a perfect location for it.
The same goes for undercar lighting. I was half expecting there to be hundreds of companies making high-end solutions, but literally all I could find was this $40 DIY kit from eBay, and it doesn't exactly inspire confidence.
But I genuinely do think this has the potential to take the reveal to the next level. She's literally like 5 minutes away.
We've also got the HomeVac H20, which is apparently one of the most powerful cordless handheld car vacuums.
This is one of the most painful things I've ever had to do. But I'm a man of science. It sounds powerful. Oh, that's fantastic. That's exactly what she needs. That was so fast. She might have a few questions about what's inside there, but that's a problem for later, Aaron. It's go time.
And finally, a big hitter gadget to round it all off. This is something that I thought would be the perfect tool to keep in the boot in case she ever breaks down. It's a torch.
You know how we work on this channel. This is the brightest torch in the world. So if she ever gets stuck by the road at night, she's gonna have this, but not just that. It goes brighter, 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 Oh my God, it's like the sun. I feel like I'm getting blinded by looking at the reflection of this from her car. And it's got a fan on the inside, of course.
So we're in position out of sight of the entrance, the car is almost ready to go, and Mum is about to walk through those doors to meet Shaz any minute now.
Literally any second now. We're having a last minute emergency with these undercar lights. She's at the front now. Oh my God. She's literally just around that corner. My heart rate right now literally just pressed up against a wall so she doesn't see me.
Right, just this way, please.
Hi, Mum.
I've been saying to Dad all day, there's something happening at Mercedes. Oh my God.
Mum, you are the best mum that any kid could ever have asked
Oh
for.
my God.
Everything we've ever achieved, all of us, is because of you and your unending support. And for a really long time, I've been trying to find a way to say thank you.
Oh my God.
I think we've finally done it.
Oh my God. No way.
Do it.
No way. Oh, and I cake as well. Oh, this is too much. I don't know. It's too much. That's too much better. Oh, I love the dashboard. Isn't that beautiful?
This is your new phone.
Have you transported all my contacts as well? I bet you have. What is going on?
And this is matched to the colour of the car.
You think of everything, don't you?
But look at this, this is incredible. So you pull this down, and this is a tablet to control the car.
Oh, wow.
So that's a bed for the cats.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Another.
Love you too, sweetheart.